Hello, angels. Today, I really want to talk about one thing that we've all experienced on this manifestation journey at some point, and that is resistance. Because, newsflash, your ideal life, your desired reality is literally on the other side of the resistance that you're holding on to right now. You know that feeling where you have tried every manifestation technique out there under the sun, whether it's visualization, affirmations, scripting, whatever it may be, but you still feel stuck. Like no matter what, you're still waking up to the same old day and the same old circumstances and nothing is actually changing. And it's so frustrating because you're like, well, I'm doing everything that everyone is telling me to do. So when the hell is this thing going to appear in my 3D reality? When am I going to receive it? When is it going to crop up for me? Today, I want to break down what resistance actually is on an energetic level. And most importantly, why it's been the invisible block from you manifesting the love of your life, more money, or just the ideal life that you know you're capable of having. Trust me, by the end of this, you're going to feel empowered, you're going to feel clear, and you're going to be ready to start creating some shifts. So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's just jump straight into it. Okay, let's talk about what resistance is, because I think we tend to really overcomplicate the whole manifestation thing, right? Resistance is basically the energy that is blocking the flow of what you desire. It's the doubt, it's the fear, it's the subconscious limiting beliefs of, I can't have that. I do not deserve that. I do not think I'm capable of really achieving that. This isn't possible for me. Now, I want you to imagine this. Manifestation is basically like a river, okay? It's constantly flowing towards what you desire. But resistance, that's like placing a huge rock in the middle of that, which means the flow is going to get blocked, which means it's going to be diverted, it's going to slow down, and you're going to start feeling stuck. And the thing about resistance is it's so goddamn sneaky. It shows up every day without us even being consciously aware of it, with our thoughts, with our actions, and even in the way that we actually respond to opportunities that are being given to us. It's that voice in your head that's saying, maybe I'm not cut out for success, or I've tried everything already, so what's the point? Or no, I know I'm not good enough, I need more time to prepare. So let me share with you how resistance is probably showing up in your life right now without you even being consciously aware of it. So let's take money, for example. If you're trying to manifest more money, resistance can show up in that worry and that fear about all your bills, stressing about never really having enough, or even feeling guilty for wanting more than you already have. Because deep down you have this subconscious belief that wealth just isn't available to you, that you're not capable of having it, that you're not deserving of having it, that it's just not possible for you to have in this lifetime. And every time you have these thoughts, every time you entertain that thoughts, every time you spiral into that emotional state of worry, fear, concern, anxiety, the more that resistance builds up within you. Even with love, if you feel like you've been trying to manifest love for some time now, resistance might show up as in you thinking you're not worthy of the kind of partner that you actually deserve, the partner that you want. Maybe you're just replaying the same old stories and the same old thought patterns that you've had on repeat for so long. I always attract fuckboys. The men I attract are so emotionally unavailable to me. They're always avoidant. They always fuck me over. They always break my heart. They never commit. Whatever the story you're telling yourself is creating and building up that resistance that you already have. Therefore, it's gonna keep love at an arm's length. It's gonna provide you with confirmation bias of what you say is true in this world. So you're gonna end up experiencing more fuckboys, more guys who are not ready to commit, and guys who are emotionally unavailable to you. Because that's what you're programmed to seek out in this world. In your daily routines even. If you feel like your days are the same thing over and over again, doing the same things, with getting the same results, resistance is probably trying to keep you in your comfort zone. It's telling you to stay safe. Do not step out into the unfamiliar, into the unknown, into the new territory. Even though your soul is craving more, even though you know you're capable of getting so much more out of this life. Resistance is always creeping up in some form with all of us, or we would have everything that we want. We would find it so easy to manifest exactly what it is that we're trying to manifest. Okay, let's talk about how resistance works energetically. Because on an energetic level, resistance lowers your vibration. And we all know with manifestation how important our vibration in alignment with what we desire is. And you know that when you're feeling blocked, when you're feeling doubtful, when you're feeling anxious, you are not going to be in alignment with what it is you're desiring, because you know that version of you who has everything is not worried that it's all going to happen for them, is not doubtful, is not fearful, is not stuck in a loop of anxiety. In fact, they're in a completely different energetic state than the one you currently are in. And that's the vibrational alignment that we need to create for for ourselves. Because when we're in resistance, you're energetically saying, I don't believe this is possible for me. I'm in lack. It's still not here yet. When is it going to happen? Is it really going to happen for me? I'm not quite sure I believe it's actually possible for me. Even if you're consciously saying you want it, even if consciously you're so aware that you are deserving of it and that you are capable of having it, there is energetic mixed signals happening here and you're not in alignment. So here's the key. We need to shift our energetic state from a place of resistance to allowance. It's like removing those rocks from the river. Because when we do that, we allow our desires to flow much more effortlessly to us. And yeah, that's all good and saying, but how do we actually, practically, and hopefully release the grip and let go of this resistance? So here are some tools that I have personally used, that I have asked clients to personally use, and we've all found great results from them. So step 1, awareness and acknowledgement. And yeah, I know this step is always step 1 and it kind of gets annoying after a while. But let me tell you one thing. When you are aware of it, it has so much less power over you than if you're not. So when you actually recognize where the resistance is showing up, I want you to ask yourself, where am I feeling stuck? What stories am I telling myself? What do I actually believe is possible for me in this area of my life? Do I know many people that I can use as my expanders to say to my subconscious mind, hey, if it's possible for them, it's possible for you? Because sometimes just bringing awareness to those areas makes you realize how outdated your beliefs are and how they probably don't even belong to the person you're becoming, and they certainly probably weren't even consciously created by you. Even in knowing what we need to do to grow is growth in itself. So become aware, become curious of those patterns that you've kept, those narratives that you have kept on repeat constantly that end up just becoming your glass ceiling of limitation. Step 2, start small and celebrate big. If you've been trying to manifest something huge, like a dream job, a large amount of money, or even your soulmate, and you feel stuck, start smaller and build it up. I promise you there is absolutely no shame in taking it back a few notches, because we need to believe it's somewhat possible for us to go on to manifest it. So what is believable for you in this area? Start by manifesting something that does feel believable so that our subconscious mind and our body doesn't automatically reject it into existence. So maybe instead of trying to affirm and manifest that you're a millionaire without you ever even hitting 100K a year, start smaller. Start with the goal of 100K a year. Maybe 50K a year, wherever you're at. What is believable for you? What do you believe you can accomplish this year? And let's approach it in the ladder format and build up the momentum that way. Although some people do think that this is a slower approach, it really isn't. You're building up momentum so much faster than you would be if you sit there for years on end affirming you're a millionaire when your body is literally like, reject. This is not true. This is absolute nonsense. Shut up. We need to build up that belief muscle within us that, hey, this is fucking possible. And we do that by celebrating those small wins. Because the more you acknowledge the abundance that's already flown in your life, the more your subconscious mind and RAS is programmed to set out and find more of. Therefore, leading you on to go on to believe in bigger and better things for yourself. We are building up that momentum. Step 3, embody the desired energy now. This will always be a step in all my videos, I swear, because the power of acting as if. This is not about faking it until you make it. This is about genuinely stepping into that embodiment of the energy of the person that you know you're going to go on to become. Who already has the wealth, who already has the love, who already has the health, who already has the job. Everything. Ask yourself, how would I genuinely feel if I had all that? What state of emotions would I go through if I already had all that? And practice that feeling every goddamn day. This shifts your vibration and starts dissolving that resistance, because we're no longer in this chasing mode. We are now entering into receiving mode. Because that person who has all the riches, that person that has that goddamn house, that job, that car, that person, that lifestyle, that person is you. It's already within you. We just need to unlock and pick the lock and get that person out of you, because you are goddamn capable of it. You're just currently feeding the reasons why you can't a lot more than the reasons why you can. And that's the problem. And remember, the physical manifestation is great, but what you're actually seeking is what it's going to give to you. It's how you're going to feel when you have it. And you can tap into that at any given time. So use that to your advantage. You are the creator, and it starts within. Step 4, release the goddamn control. Because one of the biggest resistance in manifestation is you trying to control how this thing's going to show up in your life. And baby, let me tell you, the universe knows so much more about perfect timing than we ever will. So instead of getting so frustrated because the thing isn't happening on your set out timeline, start practicing trusting that everything that you want is en route to you and will land at the perfect time for you. Let go of the how and stay aligned to that energy as if you already have it. Because the how is literally the universe's surprise party. Let it surprise you. Let it show up and make you go, holy shit, magic is real. Let it show you how freaking good it gets. How perfectly orchestrated the universe is at having your back. Because really think about it always happens that way. When you look back at your life, any moment that you thought everything was falling apart, that everything was going to shit for you, really think about it. Think about everything that actually came out of that bad time. Because you wouldn't be here without that version of you. And future version of you can't be there without this version of you. Trust that there is a time and a place that you are meant to get what you desire. And it's most likely when you are ready to receive it. Step 5 and the last step. Inner work and self-love, baby girl. I mean, this really is huge because sometimes the resistance is just purely down to our self-worth. Because maybe deep down subconsciously, we actually don't believe we're worthy of that thing. We don't believe we deserve it. We don't believe we're good enough. I mean, there's actually a pandemic of low self-worth in this world right now, and no wonder. Really, when you think about how society is nowadays and the marketing tools, there's no wonder that we second guess ourselves constantly, thinking that we need to get more external things to make us better. But we sit and compare and judge ourselves, whether it's how we look, whether it's where we're at in our timeline, where we're at in our life, compared to everyone else's highlight reel that is out there. But baby girl, I promise you, you are so worthy. You are so deserving of this thing. Of every single desire you ever had in your life, you are deserving of it. And I've said this before, one of the best personal development works you can do on yourself is learning to accept who you are. Because really, everything else is borrowed. Everything is borrowed in this life. The only thing we have when we enter and when we leave is who we are. And there's something so magnetic about someone who just accepts who they are. Because they thrive in who they are. They're not trying to become anything else. They're not trying to get external validation. They are just unapologetically themselves. And that shit is magnetic. You see, the thing is, you're not actually stuck. Your energy is stuck. Shift your energy. Shift your reality. And I'm telling you this because you've been telling yourself this story for way too long. And it's time to write a new one. So Angel, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you tried everything and just nothing's working for you, I promise you it's not that manifestation is not working for you. It is always working for you. You have always been manifesting. Your entire life you are manifesting 24/7 without any days off. It's the resistance getting in the way. And now hopefully you have the tools to start releasing that. And remember, this is a journey and you're doing amazing just by showing up and learning about this stuff and being curious about this stuff and putting yourself out there to better yourself. And I just think that's amazing. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, I'll see you soon.